What's going on YouTube today? Pops here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to rock another Battlefield 3 commentary and we're going to go back to tactical thinking and talk situational awareness today. Now we're on the map Davamon Peak and we're using the M416. I had never really put any time with this assault rifle in until this game, and there's a key point that I'm going to make about that a little later. So I understand that Battlefield 4 is right around the corner and you might be wondering, well, why are you telling us about Battlefield 3 now? The reason is a lot of us are moving away from Black Ops 2 because we're just bored with it and we're looking for other games to play, and Battlefield is a good way to get your shooter fix. So that's why I'm hopping over to this. Plus, all of these tips should transfer over to Battlefield 4 seamlessly. It's still the same game for the most part, so I think everything that I'm going to talk about is going to have relevance even in Battlefield 4. This dirt mound right here that I'm on is the power point of the map, in my opinion. You might play a little differently. If you're a sniper, you might think the hill off to my left or the little cliff area off to my right is the power point. Let me tell you, I will kill you every time if you're over there from this fucking hill. I'm gonna pick it up on the map, and that's part of the situational awareness that we're gonna talk about. One of the problems with this hill, however, is you silhouette yourself. It's very good if you can hold your own. If you're confident in your gun skill and you're confident that your teammates are going to swarm around you, the hill is a very good place to be. What I mean by silhouette yourself is when you stand on top of that hill, the outline of your body forms a shape. It looks like a human. It's a silhouette. I know that you're not supposed to use the word in the definition, but it's the shape of your body standing out against the background. And you can see it really easy when other enemies jump up on top of this hill. There's like nothing behind them and they stand out like a sore thumb. So that's the downfall to being on this hill area, is you can silhouette yourself very easy. Again though, if your gun skill is there, if you have confidence in your ability, you can make it work no problem. The advantage of this hill is you can go down on either side of it because it's going to give you cover on either side. Cover is key in Battlefield. If you don't have cover, you will lose the gunfight. It's that simple. So, a lot of times I run assault. I like to run the assault class mainly because of the health option. And it's not even so I can heal my teammates. And I know that sounds selfish. It's 100% to heal me. Here we are back at the hill again. I like this hill so much. Some people call it camping. I call it controlling the power point. And in TDM, it's all about getting more kills than deaths, and being on the power point is going to allow you to do that. Bam. Okay, this is the reason why I like the assault class. Right there, my teammate died. There's a little revive symbol above his head. I had zero idea. I had just spawned in. I had zero idea that there was an enemy in that tower until my friendly teammate got killed and that revive symbol came over his head. The guy behind me, I saw on the minimap. So between the minimap, teammate spotting, and the revive symbol, I know where the enemy is at all times on this map. I could probably tell you relatively where 80% of their team is off of those three things alone. The great part is that revive symbol shows up on the mini map as well. So I use it as a guide to go, oh, we just lost a teammate. There's an enemy over there. I either A, need to move over there in a tactical manner using cover to protect myself and try to outflank this guy, or B, just go away. Just get out of the area. There's no harm, no foul in turning around and leaving. And in this game, I don't know if it's included or not because there's a lot of editing going on, but in this game, I got into a couple really long-range engagements where people were taking shots at me with sniper rifles, and I was down the two long lines of sight. There's one to the left. There's a road, and that's a really long line of sight, and there's one to the right, and it's another road, and again, a really long line of sight. I knew 100% I was going to lose that gunfight. I could not get the rounds on target with my assault rifle. I fired one or two bursts, turned around, and tailed it out of there. It wasn't for me. I'm not going to take a death on a silly play. It's not worth it. That brings me to reviving, and I kind of answered this in the comment section of my last video because it was asked, and I did choose this comment as one of the cool comments, and that's going to show up here in a few minutes. But reviving teammates, it looks like I don't revive teammates, and that's not true. I cut out a lot of stuff like that, but I seldom revive teammates, and the reason being is this: if you go down and you have this big blue symbol over your head, I know you failed to take out the enemy in that area. Before we get back to that, I saw the laser of that second guy, and I come back here and I take cover behind this forklift, and I make a critical mistake by throwing a grenade and leaving my cover. If I would have stayed in my cover, I get that kill, and I live to fight another day. I slid out of cover, and that's why I lost. So, I don't revive often, because if you go down, that means the enemy is in the area. I don't want to get killed. I don't see a point in giving the enemy team 2 deaths because I got reckless and tried to revive you. Because if I run in there, I stamp you with the little defibrillator, you come back to life to get killed again because I got smoked while reviving you. So now they're getting 2 to 3 kills. I want to say it's just 2 because the revive takes away the kill. And that doesn't make sense to me. Why would I give the enemy team 2 kills versus 1? The exception to this is if I see the enemy that killed you and kill him, then I know the area is clear and I'll jump on the revive. Here, I didn't trust that the area was clear, and it wasn't. I kind of had a good situational awareness on what was going on based on what I saw on the minimap at the time. So if I kill the enemy, I might jump on the revive for you based on what I see on the minimap. And if I see the enemy running the other way, then I will come pop you with the defib and then take out the enemy. It all just really depends on the situation, but 9 times out of 10, the situation isn't worth giving the other team an extra kill, especially in TDM. So here we go with the cool comments of the day. We're gonna start with Nubia Duty. Why no revive? Basically is what this says, and I just explained it. So there you go. And now we're gonna move on to Eric's comment, and the reason I chose this one is because he gave me a weapon suggestion, and being a noob to Battlefield, I like weapon suggestions, and I'm gonna give it a try. I just have to figure out how to unlock all this shit, and then we'll move to it. Speaking of unlocks though, however, you will see in this game I unlocked quite a few things for the M416. As I said, I hadn't really used the gun that much until today. Tough luck, didn't have much health. Finally we get a flip spawn, and here, before I go into the gun thing, burst firing at this range with this weapon is cake. These are 2 easy ass kills, and these are 2 long lines of sight. Usually I would try to push up and flank on there, but I knew they were way focused on whatever was going on in the middle of the map, and they just made for easy pickings because they were spotted. Okay, back to the M416. You see I unlock a lot of attachments and things like that throughout this game. I think you saw 2 of them, but I ended up unlocking like 4 or 5 things. I failed to equip that shit. I played most of this game and was at the very end, I was like, oh yeah, I've been unlocking stuff for my gun. That's another thing that factors in the situational awareness. Maybe not so much in the map and in the game itself, but being aware of the equipment you have at your disposal. Okay, so I eventually went in, and because Battlefield's awesome, you can add attachments in the middle of the game. And that's what I did, and I was able to play even better towards the end. So, use your map. Your mini-map is key. You're gonna see the red triangles when they fire. You're gonna see your teammates when they die if you're running assault. And you're just gonna have an overall good view of the battlefield if you do those things. Playing with cover in between you and the enemy is key, and it's gonna be the best thing you can do to post a good KD. And remember, if you're on Davamon Peak, this hill is the power point, in my opinion. Your opinion may vary, and it's cool if it does, but I think this hill's the power point, and I think if you want to have a good score and control the game, you need to be on the hill. Now this game's coming to an end, kind of. You're clearly not seeing the end of it, but there's nothing really more to talk about as far as the tactical sense about situational awareness. So here's the score I posted. It's not the greatest KD in the world, but it's not bad. A lot of people would be thoroughly happy with this score, and I'm one of them. Not only is the KD good, but the score, my actual score, I led the lobby. Okay, that is all because I paid attention to what was going on around me. Keep in mind, Battlefield is a slower game than Call of Duty. Battlefield is a slower game than Halo. Battlefield is slower than most of the games you're going to play. If you play Battlefield slow, you will do well. Remember this, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and we'll see you on the battlefield.